Yes, sir.
Good night, everyone, and welcome to another class meeting. Tonight, we're going to be looking at Unit 8, one of the longer units on nutrition. All right, so I'm going to start off with Corey.
Yes, sir.
Could you read for us the first section, that intro section on page 57? Go ahead, please.
Unit 8, Nutrition. Every living thing needs nutrients to stay alive. Nutrients are substances your body gets from food to use for energy, growth, and repair. The way in which all living things obtain their food and how they process the nutrients from the food is called nutrition. The nutrients in food are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water.
All right. Is Talia with us yet?
She's on mute.
I don't see her yet. TC, pick up for me, please. Food nutrients.
There are many different nutrients in each has its own function in the body. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are made of the elements carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Carbohydrates foods. Carbohydrates includes foods which contain starch, sugar, and cellulose.
No, no, no.
Cellulose.
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 Call the
Yes,
word.
yes.
Cellulose.
Cellulose.
All right, good.
The main function of carbohydrate is to supply the body with heat and energy, which is produced by the starches and sugars. Sugar in its natural form is found in fruit and vegetables. Different kinds of sugar are found in different foods. In fruit, the sugar is fructose or glucose.
It's called
In milk,
And,
fructose or
and
fructose,
glucose.
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 Mm-hmm.
It in
In
milk,
milk,
it is lactose.
it's lactose.
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 Mm-hmm.
Ordinary sugar is sucrose,
Sucrose.
ob-
Sucrose.
sucrose,
Mm-hmm.
obtained from sugarcane. Starch is found in 1. Root
One.
vegetables,
Mm.
potato, yam. 2.
Two.
Cereals, rice, corn, tubers, dasheens. 4. And a few fruits such as green bananas and breadfruit.
All right.
Cellulose
Yes, go ahead.
Cellulose forms the cell walls of plants and is very tough. It is hard to digest but still performs a useful function. It is the roughage which
It
is
forms
also
roughage. Yes.
it forms roughage which is also called fiber. Fiber is not really a nutrient as we cannot absorb it. It provides bulk in the It provides bulk in the intestine and thus helps to stimulate bowel movement and prevents constipation. Fiber therefore plays a vital role as it helps to regulate body functions such as digestion and excretion. Fruits, green leafy vegetables, nuts, peas, beans, and whole grain cereals are some sources of fiber.
Excellent.
Sir Talia.
Talia, are you there now?
Yes, sir.
She's still muted.
Not seeing her at all. Somebody tell her to turn her mic on and let's see if we can get her reading. All right, Corey, go ahead in the meantime. Go to fats, please.
Fats, like carbohydrates, fats supply the body with heat and energy. They also contain a carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Fats are found in animals as well as vegetable foods. Excess fat in the food we eat is stored under the skin. The layer of fat helps the body to retain its heat. Most animal fats are solid, while vegetable fats are in liquid form, oils. Some sources of fat in the diet are butter, margarine, cheese, fatty meat, ackee, and avocado, hair.
Okay. And then we have the diagrams there as well. So, fat contains what? Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen can be found in
Yes, sir.
animals and in vegetables. We
Vegetables.
store it under our skin. It helps our body to keep warm. In
Yes.
animals, the fat is solid, but in vegetables, it's liquid in the
Liquid
form of oils. All
oils.
right. Pay attention to this. I don't know if any of you have seen your grandmother or relatives uh, killing chickens.
Nope.
When they kill the chicken and they're preparing the chicken and so on, sometimes you will see they will pull the they will pull the yes, the I'm looking for a nice way to say it. But
The
they'll pull the
intestine.
insides out. Yes. And
So they
we
will
might,
got.
yes. And we will see fat surrounding some of the organs, right?
They're not there
However,
yet.
however, you can also find fat under the skin of the chicken.
Yes, sir.
True, true. And
Yes,
that
sir.
and that fat is in solid form. You see it like little clumps of grapes or under the skin. All right.
Yes, sir.
So that proves that fat is in solid form. If we get a coconut and we grate the coconut and boil it down, boil it down, boil it down, we eventually end up with a liquid that we call coconut
Coconut oil.
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 All right. All right. So,
So my mommy
what?
made it before.
Okay, very good. Let's go tally and go with proteins.
Uh, proteins. Proteins are essential for growth, body maintenance, and for repairing worn or damaged tissues. They are also important for the growth of hair, nails, and skin. Babies and children require a lot of protein because they are grown rapidly. Protein contain the elements carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen.
Hold, don't
Addition-
move yet. Don't move yet. If we go back to carbohydrates, we see that carbohydrates have carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. True.
Yes,
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 sir.
sir.
When we went to fats, we recognize that fats also have carbon, hydrogen, and
hydrogen.
Hydrogen and
oxygen.
Yes,
But
oxygen.
Yes,
but
sir.
now that we get to protein, they have introduced something else. What have they introduced?
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen. So nitrogen is something that we find in the what?
Protein.
In the
Protein.
protein that we
Meat.
don't necessarily see in the others. All right, let me take uh um just finish that section on deficiency and I'll go through with the vitamins.
Okay. A deficiency or a lack of protein in the diet of growing children can result in a disease called kwashiorkor. Some sources of protein include milk, cheese, egg, fish, chicken, peanuts, peas, beans, cashew, and nuts.
Hold. So again, we can get our proteins from plant sources and from animal sources. Just like with
Sir,
the fats, we can get our fats from plant sources and from
And
animal sources.
sources.
Yeah, what were
sir,
you saying? Go ahead.
sir, why do they put cashew by itself? Is it a nut?
yes.
Yeah, yes, it is kind of.
It's a fruit, but it has
Yeah, but we're not talking about the food part of it. We're talking
sir,
about the
Not
the nut.
nut
as
part.
in the
Yes,
seed, I
Okay.
think.
All right. They call the other part what? Cashew banana.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
And
What?
use it to make drinks and so on.
What?
Right? All right, so let's go to vitamins. And the Americans will say vitamins. They're talking about the same thing, right? So vitamins are substances found in food which are needed in small amounts for proper nutrition and good health. They also help to regulate and control the body's activities. Vitamins help the body to resist diseases. For vitamins to do their work, they must be in solution. Some of them dissolve in water, others dissolve in fat. The most important vitamins are known by the letters A, B, C, D, and K. The vitamins A, D, and K are fat soluble vitamins. The vitamins B and C are water soluble vitamins. A diet lacking in one or more vitamins will result in a specific deficiency disease. We move from page 59
Disease.
now to page 60. So we'll do this together. So I'm going to call the vitamin, right? You're going to tell me the sources. Talia will do the sources. Corey will do the functions in the body. And TC will do the results of the deficiency. All right. So let's go over
Yes,
that
sir.
again. So I will call the vitamin. Corey will do the
Function.
sources.
So you said
The,
Functions in the body.
okay. All right. So
function.
Tally will do the sources. Corey will do the functions in the body. And TC will do the results of the deficiency. All right. So let's go. Vitamin A.
Main sources: liver, egg yolk, green vegetables, carrots, fish, cod liver oil, red pepper.
Functions in the body. Keep skin and eyes healthy. Fight
In infection.
Infectious. Infectious.
infectious diseases.
Results of deficiency. A. Eye disorders, sore eyes. B. Reduced night vision. C. Unhealthy skin.
So you see those students of school who are always scraping the vegetable out in the bin.
Mm.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
They are putting themselves in a position where they can end up with eye disorders, reduced night vision, and crocodile looking skin.
They're like Rihanna.
So she
Uh,
don't have crocodile skin, so she don't like to eat
Sir,
their
and she
vegetables.
eats a lot of sweets.
all right, let's go now. So vitamin B, vitamin B.
Main sources: yeast, cereals, unpolished rice, leafy vegetables, eggs, fish.
Functions in the body. Muscle coordination, healthy nervous system.
Results of deficiency. B1. Disease called beriberi.
Berry,
Beriberi.
berry,
Berry.
berry.
B2. Skin disorder. B6. Difficulty in walking.
So you see how important these are. And you don't have to take a lot of them. They say you need them in small amounts. But without having them, you can have beriberi, you can have skin disorders again, looking like crocodile, and
Mhm.
you have difficulty in walking. So it's important whether you're going to get the vitamins from a plant, for example, leafy vegetables, or from animal sources such as what eggs and fish, right? You
Yes,
need to
sir.
Yes,
get
sir.
those, so they
Sir,
must be included.
Sir,
sir,
Yes.
what
excuse
is
me.
beriberi?
It's a deficiency disease. After we're done, I can send you a video showing you some of these deficiency diseases, and we explore that a little bit more. All right.
Yes, sir.
Sir, so
All right.
vitamin B has calcium and protein in it.
No, vitamin B is something separate from calcium and protein.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
Vitamin
sir.
C.
sir.
All right. Let's continue. So vitamin C now.
Just
Main
fruit.
sources: citrus fruits, raw vegetables.
Functions in the body, growth of body cells, the development of healthy skin, growth of bones, teeth, and gums, fight infectious diseases.
All right.
Result of deficiency: scurvy, losing of teeth, bleeding gums, wounds do not heal properly, painful joints.
All right. So let's look at this now. And one of the sources would be citrus fruits and raw vegetables. So when we get those vegetables and we don't like to
I
eat
think
them raw, we're losing out on one source of
vitamin C.
vitamin C and citrus fruits. So, or lime, or what? Oranges, or tangerines, or what?
Mandarin.
Grapefruits.
Severines.
Mandarin.
Yes, right? All of those things kind of help to give us this vitamin C that is necessary for so many things. The growth of body cells, the
Exactly.
Sir,
development of healthy skin, the growth of what? Bone,
Yeah.
teeth, and
God.
gums.
And
And it
gums.
helps you to fight off diseases. Can you imagine all of
a
these
lot.
things? A lot of things. And you have students who will say, I don't like to eat oranges, right? And when you eat the orange, you should not only just try to drink the orange juice from the orange, but you should
Sir,
try
I
to
eat
get some
all
of
of
that,
the orange.
right? Some of the insides as well.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Sir, I know somebody. So since I was eating all of the orange, and Sarah said that I'm nasty.
No, that's you're trying to get all the nutrients and the benefits that the orange has to
Sir,
offer.
I know somebody.
Well, I
When
don't
they
like
peel
the
the
inside.
orange, they just eat it. They eat the white part of it.
That's important as well. So let's move on now to vitamin D.
Main sources: fish, cod liver oil, egg yolk, sunlight.
Functions in the body, growth of bones and teeth.
Results of deficiency: A. Disease called rickets. B. Weak and malformed bones.
All right. So can you imagine that we can get to a vitamin from sunlight? We don't even have to eat anything. But what
No,
that
Yes,
sir,
sir.
means
just
is
walk
that
outside.
we need to be outside at a particular time, and there are certain body parts that would help. So when you're exposed, they say, I think your thighs, so and your back to the sun. That's why people like to go what? Sunbathing.
Sunbathing.
So you'll see the tourists and they're trying to get this tan and all of that. They would also be getting some amount of what? Vitamin
Vitamin
C,
D.
vitamin
Sir,
D
there's a
rather.
disease that you're
So
allergic to sunlight. It's called XP.
yeah, but most of us are not going to be allergic to sunlight. But remember now that you have to think of the time of day, because if you're not careful, you could end up what damaging your skin, and you get what they call a sun what?
Burn.
Burn.
Sunburn. So
Burn.
don't try going to the beach and taking this sun bath at midday, right? That time is the direct rays of the sun will be, overpouring. But earlier in the morning and later in the evening, when the time is a little bit cooler, because you're not having that direct um, light from the sun, rays from the sun, that's a little bit better for your skin. All right, so vitamin K.
Main sources: green vegetables, spinach, liver, egg, eh, huh? liver, egg yolk, and polished rice.
Okay.
Functions in the body
Function.
need functions in the body needed for clotting of blood.
Yes.
Results of deficiency: bleeding continues for a long time if you are injured.
All right. So if we don't have vitamin K, we can end up bleeding out, right? So it's important for the clotting of blood. Now
Sir,
we
so you
go
need
to
me.
minerals. Minerals are chemical substances that are needed in the body in order to function properly. Minerals are also required for bodybuilding. Like vitamins, minerals are also needed in small amounts. The most important minerals are calcium, phosphorus, iron, potassium, sodium,
Yoda.
iodine, chlorine, and fluorine. Minerals are taken up through the roots of plants growing in the soil. By eating these plants, we are also eating the minerals they contain. Most minerals required by the body occur as mineral salts in food. So we move now to
As
calcium and phosphorus.
Phosphorus.
Corey, go with calcium and phosphorus for me, please.
Calcium and phosphorus. Calcium and phosphorus are needed for building certain body parts such as bones and teeth. Some sources include green vegetables, milk, cheese, bones of canned fish, shellfish, and nuts.
All right. So Talia, go on with iron for me, please.
iron. Iron is very important in the diet to make hemoglobin. This is the red pigment in the blood. A deficiency of iron may result in anemia. Some good sources of iron include liver, kidney, green leaf, and
And not finished yet.
some finished said and green leaf vegetables.
Okay, I didn't hear that part of it. All right, very good. So we go on now to iodine. TC, go with iodine for me.
Iodine is needed for the information of
Not
certain
information. Read properly. Let's go
Formation.
again.
Formation.
Iodine is needed for the formation of certain
Excellent.
hormone, which
Mm-hmm.
helps to control growth. Lack of iodine in the diet causes the swelling of a gland in the neck. This condition is called goiter. Some sources of iodine include seafood and such as fish and lobster.
All right, so we move on. Fluorine.
Fluorine.
Fluorine. Small amounts of fluorine occur in most drinking water and help to prevent tooth decay. Sometimes fluorine is added to the drinking water by the government. Sodium, potassium, and chlorine are present in the body cells and body fluids. The sources of sodium, potassium, and chlorine occur in almost all natural foods. Common table salt contains sodium. Now, sodium is very important, because without it, you are unable to properly send nerve messages across your body. All right. This is why sometimes when you get dehydrated, you run the great risk of dying. You lose what they call electrolytes. All right. And those are very important for keeping the nerve messages moving throughout the body. So, very important when somebody gets dehydrated, they must be given water and they
Diarrhea.
must be given things that will lift the electrolyte level. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So we
sir.
move
Yes,
on.
sir.
We move on to water. Most of our body weight is water. It forms a very large part of our blood and digestive juices. It helps to wash away unwanted substances from the body through the kidneys and the bladder as urine, or through the skin as what?
Wet.
Sweat.
Sweat. Water also keeps body temperature in balance. By what processes helps to keep body temperature in balance? Anybody remember that one?
Sweat. What is it?
Yeah.
Sweat.
Yes, by sweating or perspiration. That's the word I'm looking for. So, water is needed for all life processes and must regularly be included in our diet. Many foods contain water, and some, such as fruits and vegetables, are composed mainly of water. Could somebody give me an example of some vegetable or fruit that is mostly water?
Potato.
Okay, that's one. I'm thinking of one that's green.
Cucumber.
Cucumbers, right?
Lettuce.
Lettuce. Those types of things have a high percentage of water.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
now we're moving on now to diet. Corey, what is this diet that they are talking about? Read that section on that for me, please.
A diet is the food that a person normally eats every day. A balanced diet is one which provides the correct amount of each nutrient needed by the body to remain healthy. People who do not get the correct types of food necessarily or a proper diet suffer from malnutrition. Malnutrition is a dietary condition resulting from the absence of some foods or essential nutrients necessary for proper health. Following the following a balanced diet will help you to stay fit and healthy. The foods that to make up a balanced diet are a combination of six basic food groups from which we get our nutrients. Staples: rice, yam, bread, potato, legumes and nuts, peas, beans, cashews,
vegetable,
peanuts and cashews. Vegetables: carrots, callaloo, cabbage, pumpkin. Food from animals: mutton, fish, beef and chicken. Fruits:
fruit,
mangoes, pineapple, melon,
pop,
pawpaw. Fats,
uh,
fats and oils: margarine, cooking oil. Note: the menu is a list of food to be served at a meal. The energy obtained from food is measured in calories.
All right. So if we have something that is high in calories, that means that it will provide us with a lot of energy. Now, something we need to know is that when we don't use the calories, these calories go on and they are stored as fat. Okay.
Facts.
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So we're going to move on to food test. Is Shernise with us now?
Yes.
Shernise, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, I need you to speak up a little bit more for me. I want you to read the section on food tests and the tests for starch. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Come in, sir. 1 minute. Come in, sir. Page. Tests that are carried out to determine the types of nutrients found in certain foods are called food tests. The following tests will assist in identifying the major types of nutrients by their reaction with special chemicals. As the chemical reacts with a specific nutrient, either the chemical or the food might change color. The color change tells that a particular nutrient is present. Test for starch. Cut a piece of bread, potato, or yam. Add a few drops of iodine solution onto it. What do you notice?
Go ahead.
It shows and if it turns to a bluish black color, it shows that the food contains starch.
All right, Corey, go with the test for sugar.
Getting some glucose and dissolve Get some glucose and dissolve it in water. Add a few drops of special chemical called Benedict solution. What do you notice? If a brick red, if a brick red tiny solid particles are formed when the mixture is heated, it shows that sugar is present in the food.
All right, Talia, finally the test for fat.
Test for fat. Rub some butter on a piece of paper to make a spot. Hold the paper up to the light. Place a few drops of water beside the spot and leave it for about 10 minutes. Hold the paper again up to the light. Are you able to see both spots? Try to wash away the grease spot with water. What do you notice? If there is an appearance of a greasy translucent spot that cannot be washed away with water, it shows that the food contains fat or oil.
All right. So that brings us now to our unit review. Let's see if we can get this one done quickly. Number
Number
one,
B.
Number one answer.
D.
D.
Mm, come on, guys. Let's be united. Which answer do you have there?
D.
D.
D as in dog.
Dog.
So,
Dog.
which of the following belongs to the fats and oils group? That would be peanut butter,
Peanut butter,
margarine,
margarine,
and
and
bacon.
bacon.
Number two, staples are foods which provide
Energy.
energy. Number three, which of the following foods contain a useful supply of vitamin C?
Apple.
A,
A.
as in oranges, guavas, and cucumber.
Cucumber.
All right. Number four, a diet which contains all the nutrients is called a.
Balance.
Balanced
Diet.
diet.
All right. So number five, which of the following food does not belong to the group?
Fish.
Yam, breadfruit, fish, and sweet potatoes.
Fish.
All
Fish.
right. Why?
So because
Because fish is a
All right,
protein.
Raji. Let me hear from Raji.
So because fish is a protein and all the
All the others are what?
like no, all the others are come on.
What's the other nutrient there? Somebody threw him a lifeline.
Sir, staples.
So all the others would contain the nutrient carbohydrate. So the yam, the breadfruit, and the sweet potato would provide carbohydrate, while fish would provide the nutrient what?
Protein.
Protein. All right. To which of the following groups do legumes belong?
B.
And what does B mean?
Fish. Fish.
It
Protein.
belongs to proteins. All right.
Proteins.
Number seven. Two sources of proteins are.
Color.
Marjorie.
Pardon me.
B. Fish
Fish
and
and lean meat. Lean meat. All right, so we're going on now. A unit used to measure food is. Let me hear if Akeem is
calorie.
there.
Calorie.
Akeem?
Second answer.
Not hearing him. What about Alin? Alin, are you there?
Yes, there is there.
Not hearing them though. All right, so
Calorie.
answer would be calorie. All
Calorie.
right. Number nine. The
Oh, sorry,
sugar.
sir. My phone was mute.
Okay. The sugar we use to sweeten our drink comes in the form of.
Glucose.
No.
Sucrose.
Sucrose. Sucrose. Because we use the what? Cane sugar, which
To
is called
make.
sucrose, to sweeten. That's what we use most here. Number 10. Which minerals are essential for building bones and teeth? Mr. Allen?
Calcium.
No.
Calcium and
Phosphorus.
phosphorus. All right, good. Let's go over now to the blank
Yes.
spaces on page 65. Fats, carbohydrates. Fats and carbohydrates contain
These three
three
elements.
elements. What are these elements? TC.
Carbon, hydrogen,
Oxygen. Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen.
All right. Corey, the
Yes, sir.
main forms of carbohydrates are.
I'm not sure.
Somebody
Can I
to.
answer, please?
Yes, go ahead.
Alright. So the main function of carbon.
Not function. Main forms.
Oh, main
Mhm.
forms is fruit. No. Carbon.
Not what I'm looking for.
So can I help?
and
Go ahead.
sugar.
Go ahead.
Sugar and starch.
Sugars and starches. Those are the main forms of carbohydrates. And it's there on page, let's see, page 57. If we look at this, carbohydrate is the second bullet point that is under carbohydrates. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Talia, number 13. Answer. What's the answer?
Nitrogen.
Okay, so it's all proteins contain the element nitrogen, which is not present in carbohydrates. A person whose diet is inadequate suffers from anybody?
Malnutrition.
Not what I'm looking for.
Choker.
Well, malnutrition can work. I was looking that this person will suffer some deficiency um as a result of the
Disease.
malnutrition. Right? So if they are lacking in the iron, then they are going to have the deficiency anemia. If they are lacking in vitamin D, they can end up with what? Rickets and have weak bones. All right. So I was thinking in terms of a deficiency, but I guess you can also use malnutrition adequately there. The fat soluble vitamins are
A and Bulan.
K.
that's one. A, need two more at least.
K and D.
E and K.
A, D,
DK.
A, D, and K.
K.
So what are the fat soluble vitamins again? Vitamins
A, D,
D.
K.
And C.
What about the water soluble vitamins?
B and C.
D and C.
B,
All right, so let's
and C.
B and C. Number 17. The richest natural source of vitamin D is the
Sun.
all right.
Right.
A substance in food used by animals and plants for growth. Anybody?
Nutrients.
Mm,
Nutrients, sir.
I guess we can use that. We can use nutrients there because without nutrients, plants won't grow and animals won't grow. All right. 19. A type of carbohydrate found in the walls of plant cells.
Cellulose.
Cellulose. Number 20. The list of dishes served at a meal.
Balanced diet.
No. Look at it again.
Menu.
Menu. Okay. So the menu would be the list of dishes. You know, if you go to a fancy restaurant, they'll give you a what? A menu, and you order from your menu. That will be the list of dishes available to you.
Yes.
Number 21. It says, test the following food samples to determine the main nutrients that would be present in each. So starch. What am I going to use to test for the starch?
Iodine solution.
Iodine solution. And sugars, what am I using?
Benedict solution.
If the iodine solution is used to test something with starch, for example, a piece of potato, Irish potato, what will happen?
So it will turn bluish black.
So the color will change to blue black. So the color of the potato will change to blue black. What about testing for sugar? What am I going to add now?
Benedict solution.
And what will happen to the color of the solution?
So it will change brick red.
Brick red.
Brick red. All right. Fat.
Sir, clear spot.
Grease paper and rub some of the thing on it.
Yeah.
Some water, put 2 spots there. If the water spot disappears and the grease spot remains, then we know that what? There's some amount of fat that is present, causing that grease stain to appear.
Yes, sir.
Finally, well, not finally, the final one for that page. Why does the body need food?
To stay alive. To get energy and the nutrients for growth and development.
So it's needed for energy, for growth, development, and for repair. 23A, name the nutrients found in food.
Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water.
Okay. So I have carbs, proteins, fats, minerals,
Explain why.
water.
Sir, can you
B,
explain why?
yes, go ahead.
Sir, can you explain why water is considered as a nutrient?
All right, because there's a question that deals with it. So I'll wait until we get there. B, describe the value of each nutrient in the human body. So
Carbohydrates and fat gives the body energy. Proteins
okay.
help the body to repair and develop.
Mm,
Vitamin and minerals are substances that gives good health. Water flush our immune system.
okay. All right, let's go over that again. Carbohydrates. I'm going to use the grade 3 definitions. Carbohydrates are go food. They give you
Yes.
energy so you can go. You remember those from grade 3?
Grow
Yes,
and
sir.
Proteins are
Yes,
grow
sir.
food. They help your body to grow and to repair. Okay, you grow new cells. Fats help to keep you warm and to provide you with cushion. So your Maximus gluteus
same.
can have fat,
Mm.
and other areas can have fat that help to do what? Cushion you and to keep you warm. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see. Your minerals would now be your glow foods,
Yes, sir.
right? Your
Yes,
glow
sir.
foods. So they help you to have healthy skin, healthy nails, and healthy hair.
Uh-huh.
24. What role does fiber play in the diet?
So it helps the body to regulate
Regulate what? Not hearing that.
so it helps to an excretion.
Well, I am looking for it regulates digestion and excretion. So we know
So
that
and it
fiber,
helps you so and it helps you I just say so it
sorry,
helps to prevent constipation.
exactly. Good one. So it prevents constipation by increasing what they call gastric motility, how fast things move to your alimentary canal. And the greater your gastric motility, the better off it is for you. It means that stuff is not just sitting down and decomposing inside you. Okay?
Yes, yes, sir.
Things go in and things need to come out within a reasonable time.
Mm,
Right? It's not natural for somebody not to use the bathroom for 2 weeks. Right? That's not natural. If that is happening, we need to go to the doctor. Now it says here, list 3 foods that contain fiber.
Orange.
I was looking for more food group types. So I know that leafy vegetables contain fiber. I know that peas and beans contain fiber. I know that
Fiber.
whole grains contain fiber. Why is a balanced diet essential to good health? Anybody? Anybody wants to try that one? All right. So that the correct amount of nutrients can be added to the body to maintain fitness and health. Number 27. Why do babies and young children need protein in their diet?
To grow rapidly
Yes,
and to
because they grow so rapidly. All right. And you need the protein for new
develop.
muscles, and that helps to,
And for
help with growth.
development.
All right, growth and development. Number 28, give 2 reasons why water is important.
Sir, to keep
Guys.
us hydrated.
Okay. I will
Sure,
use three words. I will use 3 words to explain
to
why the water is so important.
excrete.
Good. That's one of the words.
Answer, keep temperature in your
Okay. Well, I wasn't even thinking of the temperature. But I have digestion, transportation, and excretion. Digestion. If you don't have water, you cannot adequately digest your food. Digestion and absorption will not work without water. That's one. Two, if you don't have water, then you will not be able to transport the chemicals from the food around the body so that your organs and your cells can get it to use. And finally, when your cells and your organs have used the chemicals, sometimes we have what they call waste products that are left over from it being used. And then the water now helps to take these waste products and waste substances out of the body via excretion and the excretory organs. So again, water is important because it helps with digestion, it helps with the transportation, and it helps with the excretion. Okay,
Yes,
all
sir.
there.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
let's
Yes,
just match
sir.
up these column A and column B. Go ahead now. Night blindness will be linked with what?
Sir, vitamin A.
I want the
Vitamin
number.
A.
Oh,
Roman numeral what?
7.
Exactly. Scurvy would be linked with what?
Sir, vitamin C.
Vitamin C. Roman numeral what?
5.
Okay. Rickets would be linked with what?
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D.
Vitamin D. Roman numeral.
1.
1.
Okay. Kwashiorkor would be linked with
Protein.
Vitamin
Roman numeral.
2.
Goiter would be linked with goiter, the swelling of the gland underneath the
Sir.
throat in that area. Anybody?
Comment, sir.
Yolanda, sir.
Come on, guys, dig around. If you go to page 61, you can find the answer there.
Sir,
Iodine, okay, and that's Roman numeral what?
3.
3.
6.
No man, 3.
3, yes.
Anemia would be linked with what? Anemia. Well, I guess were you responding
Sir,
to that
iron.
question? Yes, iron. Maybe Alan was talking about the answer to 34 when he said 6. All right. Last but not least, we have berry. That is linked to which one?
Vitamin B.
Vitamin
B,
B.
yes.
All right. Let's look at 36 to 41, and that's it for the night. So we're gonna complete this with a particular word or group of words. Here we have one done for us. Sodium is to salt as fluorine is to drinking water. So sodium can be found in salt and fluorine can be found in drinking water. So let's go. Potatoes go to carbohydrates while meat is to
Fat.
Protein.
Protein is the answer I am looking for. Potassium is to body cells as iron is to
Vegetables.
say again.
Sir, hemoglobin.
Where we find the hemoglobin?
Sir,
Vegetables.
Not hearing that one.
Sir, Robin.
Hemoglobin. What? And
Sir, on page
hemoglobin is found
61.
where?
sir, in the skin, in the
In
pigment.
No, that's not what I'm looking for. This is the red pigment in blood. Okay, so hemoglobin is very important to red blood cells. Somebody has me on speaker. All right. What's the next one? Saturated fat, animal foods. Unsaturated fats can be found in
Protein.
vegetables.
Yes, sir. Vegetables.
we just say plants. All right,
Yes,
since we're
yes.
talking about animal foods, food from animals, food from plants. Skin disorders, vitamin B, B2, poorly developed bones,
Vitamin B1.
B1, poorly developed bones.
Vitamin B1, sir.
Which one?
Vitamin B1.
B1, berry.
No,
Not what I was looking for, no.
Sir, what is berry?
I will send you the video.
sir, D. Vitamin D.
I was looking for vitamin D. I was looking for calcium. I was looking for phosphorus.
Yes, sir.
All right. So any of those things that help to make for strong bones and teeth. All right.
Yes, sir.
Which are the ones we have left?
Sir.
Citrus fruits and sugar.
Unpolished rice, berry. Citrus fruits.
Vitamin C.
Well, I was looking at look at it. Scurvy. I was looking at the condition, deficiency disease that would result.
Oh,
All right,
yes, sir.
finally, starch to iodine solution. Sugar is to
Benedict solution.
Benedict solution. All right, so tonight was one of the longer episodes, but we did a lot here. I'm going to ask you to take the time to review those responses. So whenever you meet up on these questions, you're, better able to respond to them. Take care. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be sending you the video shortly.
Good night, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good night.
Turn off your camera.